Before you rush to the comments, hear us out. Despite the title of this video, we are not against Trump. We're tired of hearing about him, and we're tired of talking about him. So here's the plan. The day after you see this video, don't talk about Donald Trump. Don't think about him. Don't listen to the news reports about him. Don't even tell people you're avoiding him for the entire day. For example, we're recording and uploading this video in the same day, so our anti-Trump day is, well, tomorrow, January 30th. Yours could be tomorrow, the day after that, or even 3 years from now. We want to remind people that there are things that matter more than Donald Trump. So relax, get some friends, and enjoy your life. Hello, and welcome to the very first Spiritualism podcast. Today we're going to kind of introduce ourselves to you and talk about some really important things going on in our lives, like, TV shows, video games, pet peeves, Oscars, all that important stuff. I'm Wesley.
I'm Keith.
And I'm Rick.
And today we're just going to kind of chill out, chat about some stuff. Keith, I know that you had something really exciting happen to you earlier today. Do you want to tell us about it?
It was literally just in the past hour. I was just playing some League, playing a quick ranked game before I got in here. One of our teammates did not connect to the game, which you can remake the game and just have nothing happen. But we decided not to because we were doing okay at the start. And basically, me and my partner in the lane carried the entire game.
I know you showed it to me before we started this, and Keith was the support. He played Thresh, and he went, 8-5
and 22.
8-5 and 22. That is actually insane.
So I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've never played a single game of League in my life, so I knew half of those words. So it sounded pretty impressive.
Well, like the KDA, I had 8 kills, 5 deaths, and 22 assists.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
And then you're that person that's supposed to get all the kills.
I think he ended with 25 kills.
Okay. I mean, I understand the support and tank and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Because basically I was the support and he was my AD carry, and me and him won the lane that we were playing in really hard.
Gotcha.
And we just snowballed that with our team and won the game.
Solid.
Yeah, pretty solid.
So it was mostly at fault of the other team because they were not playing very well, especially since
it's trash.
Yeah. They were up a man, and basically in League, if you're up a person,
you should win.
Yeah.
Also, they had a champion that can summon another character, so it was basically a 6v4, and they still lost.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because basically how they would win is they would just push out all 3 lanes at once, and we wouldn't have enough people to stop all 3 of them at once. But we would just run down one lane together, the 4 of us, so we would force them all to come in, and we were just so ahead at that point that we just kept winning fights over and over again.
Nice. Yeah. Also, I just got all of your text messages. They all just came right.
Just came in.
Oh,
so
wow.
That's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I was wondering why. It's okay, it's one thing to be late, but then it's another thing to just not answer anything. I was like, what the heck is going on?
I mean, I was upstairs.
Yeah, I was like, maybe he died, and we should feel sorry.
Yeah, basically. Okay, sorry. So what we're talking about right now is we were all me and Rick were both a little late coming in here, and Rick
I was here. I was upstairs.
You weren't physically here. He was upstairs because he didn't know we were both downstairs.
Yeah. I'm not cool like you guys. I've never been down here before, so I was
I've only been down here.
Have you been down here?
Twice.
When were you down here?
We recorded stuff for the Kickstarter.
Oh my goodness, we did. I forgot about that.
Some other random time, I forget.
Last semester, Keith and I tried a Kickstarter with these sunglasses that were basically indestructible.
Okay.
You couldn't smash them. Failed entirely. So it was a great learning experience. We learned not to do that.
We got.
Well, that's good.
What was it? They needed the 5,000 goal or whatever, and we got 1,500 or 2,000, somewhere just under 2,000, I think. Which
Now, did you guys do that on your own, or was that like part of a class?
It was on our
was a
own,
side
but
thing.
it was for a class.
Well,
if that makes any. So it
Was
was
it for
entrepreneurship.
Yeah,
yes.
intro to entrepreneurship.
At the end of the
So his
class, they
class.
have this competition.
I've
And
taken the class. That's
Yeah.
why I asked.
no,
I-
did they have
20
the
years ago when I was a freshman, I took that class.
But did they have the thing where like afterwards where they have a competition and they're like,
Yeah.
you can win, like the whole summer we'll pay you to keep working on your
Yeah, and
project.
then they kind of gave you like a little boost to finish your product, company, whatever you were
Right.
doing. Do they
Yeah.
still
But you
have
needed $5,000. and
On-
we did
on
not hit
Kickstarter.
that, so-
Kickstarter?
Yeah.
Okay. Do they still have the auto A if you get your goal on Kickstarter?
No, it wasn't
know.
for the class. This was after the class was already over.
Oh, see now, when I took the class, if you submitted
probably.
your project to Kickstarter and then it got accepted, like bam, you got an A. You didn't even need to go to the rest of the
Oh
class.
no, they did not do that.
Oh, so, okay. So you know what? A
I
bunch of
wasn't
people
even
probably
in the class, so it wouldn't have even helped me.
well,
I
a
was
bunch of
just
people
doing
probably did that, and they were like, "Yeah, you gotta cut that off."
Because for me, it was basically just because I just helped him mostly with the website.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
I was in web development and stuff, a class that time, so it was just like an extra thing for me to do that helped me get some experience and stuff.
Okay.
Keith, I'm always pulling Keith into my crazy ideas, and he's
It's
never
true.
part of his. Like we made a video game together. He was for a class. He was not in that class. He
Oh,
worked.
I didn't know that.
He worked on it more than my two partners though. Like I did like 95% of the work. Keith did the other 5.
I
Those
assumed-
partners did 0.
I assumed you guys were in that class together.
no.
No,
I didn't know you weren't in that
No,
class.
I was in computer engineering for a week of my freshman year,
Okay.
and then I switched to computer science. So I might have actually been a part of that class and maybe would have like been part of their group, but
Yeah.
I wasn't. And then
but I wasn't.
and then then I was basically because my roommate was part of his group. So
Okay.
Wesley was coming by and doing stuff with the game with them there, and me like being interested in that was like, well, if you need someone to help out, like I'll help you test it.
He was the
that I
beta
did.
tester because the game was basically you would have to solve. It was completely text based only RPG
Oh, that sounds like a lot
Or
of fun
dun-
right there.
or dungeon crawler, text only
no
dungeon
idea.
crawler. And so Keith is just going through an invisible maze, basically just killing monster after monster after monster for like 6 hours a night.
We had the map. We had the map with us, and it was still hard to figure out how to traverse the map.
Yeah. Like, okay, so I'd split up. Since I was in charge of making the game, I told one partner, I said, okay, you make the map, you make the fight things, I'll make sure it all fits together and add in all the other stuff, right?
So you were supervising.
That was my goal.
Yeah.
That's not what I ended up
Yes,
doing.
yes,
I ended up
doing everything.
I ended up doing everything.
Yeah.
As I
Besides
so
the
often
testing.
do. Besides the testing.
Okay, Keith.
You have no idea how many hours I put into testing that game.
So many
Way too
hours.
many.
So like I told one partner, I said, okay, you make the maze for the game, and he came back to me with no map, like no physical map of
Oh my
it.
God.
He just gave me the code, and he said, so we figured it out. We drew out the map, and it was basically just a straight line.
Oh,
There was
okay.
only one way you could go. I was like, this isn't a maze. This is a line.
The hallway.
It's a hallway.
But honestly, like with the scope of the class and stuff, they could have just gone with that and like had a couple simple fight things,
You got to start somewhere.
and
you
they
know?
would have been fine.
No, we would have gotten an A with the hallway, but
We
Okay.
ended with
that's not good enough.
no. We
gotta go above
how
and
many lines
beyond.
of code did you end with?
We had. Oh my goodness!
was-
How many? Actually, you
Wasn't
know
it
what?
close to like 100,000 or something? No, what was
It was
Did you just say 100,000 lines of code?
It was ridiculously
Oh my
long.
God.
a lot of it was copy and pasted and like switched like names of monsters and stuff.
Yeah,
'cause
but still, that's a ton of code.
there's
is.
there's 3 different maps, and each map was basically the same thing. It was just everything was renamed, all the monsters and stuff. So like most of it was like copy and
yeah.
pasted stuff. But yeah, it was a lot of fucking.
It's okay. It's okay. It was fast enough that it doesn't
I
matter.
told you.
So
You guys
for
don't know
those
what
of you
we're talking
wondering
about.
why we're upset about Keith using that naughty word,
Vanity.
is we're actually recording this in live, basically on the radio. and we have a deal with the people that we're live with that we don't use those words. But we did, but it's okay.
Radio.
It's okay.
I didn't know that was part of the deal before.
It was.
I didn't know it was that.
We talked about it.
No, I knew we talked about it, but I didn't know there was like a...
Oh, wait, no, that's
Well,
how
yeah,
you
for-
actually play the game.
For the radio.
Yeah.
Like you're not supposed to
No, I mean,
swear
I get that.
on the
I didn't-
radio for the school.
Okay, I'm
supposed to.
trying to find... I can't open it up to find out
I
how
cut
many lines
myself
of code
off.
it was.
I heard I was doing it.
It's so... Oh, dang it. I almost had it.
I told
okay,
you it slips out
so...
in casual conversation.
Get that kid a bar of soap to eat. Jesus.
Oh, does that
It's a
count?
Christmas
No,
story.
that's a guy's name.
It's a guy's name.
Guy's name.
Okay.
It's a Christmas story? Is that what you
A
just...
Christmas story.
Oh,
the
yeah,
movie.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They get the soap.
The
Great
the movie
movie.
that was like totally anti-consumerism and became one of the biggest capitalist products ever.
Absolutely.
It's amazing how that happens.
Capitalism at its finest right there. It's like the Lorax.
The Lorax.
Did you-
Oh my goodness, it is like the
Mhm.
Lorax.
Did you find the code?
No, I can't open up the code. I don't have a Visual Studio anymore. Because
That's-
I've broken
weak.
this computer like
weak.
5 times. And
Yeah,
so
that's He's poured water on it.
I didn't pour water. I
Spilled
spilled
water.
an
Right.
entire cup of water.
Spilled.
No, it's
There's a
okay.
difference.
I did the same thing.
So
I'm amazed I haven't done that yet, given
how
the amount
old-
of times that I've eaten and drank stuff around my computer. I
Right.
have not spilled enough of something to actually harm the computer.
the thing is, I had a laptop, I had a MacBook for 5 years, and
Ooh.
nothing ever happened to it. It was
Ew.
I would drop it downstairs, I'd spill stuff on it, eat stuff on it. It was fine.
Eat stuff on it.
Like literally eat food off of the MacBook, and it was fine. The first time I get a PC and it just breaks constantly.
Well, yeah,
Hashtag not sponsored.
we didn't even tell him what kind of computer it was. So
good.
it would be
sorry.
bad sponsoring
No, don't
if it
specify.
was.
Not sponsored.
Not
No,
sponsored.
no, we're not sponsored. Don't say it.
Well,
Well-
it totally was not. The MacBook Air was not just the most durable computer I ever
Absolutely
owned.
not.
It was not.
It was not that.
Well, yeah, what
That's probably out of date by now.
Well, you know, like
It's obsolete, I think.
you know,
yeah.
like like so many people break like phones and stuff, but I've like never broken a single phone. So I've only had 2. So I mean, but
Wow, look at this guy. Only got 2 phones over
Oh
here.
my god.
but yeah, no, like I had. Because the thing in my family was like your eighth grade year Christmas, you got your cell phone, your first cell phone.
What? 8th grade?
8th grade.
No,
In 8th grade, I had to share a phone with my sister.
Well, by eighth
Don't
grade,
ask
some
how
people
that
had
works.
phones
Yeah, I don't know.
for like
I don't want to know how
3
that works,
years.
actually. Well, no, I think I got my first cell phone when I was in 8th grade, like
Yeah,
13, 14 years old.
And I
got
had
an
that
iPod.
until like
I think. Oh.
I had that until like close to the end of high school, like sophomore junior year or something, and like that phone I dropped and like so many times. it was starting to deteriorate towards the end a lot because
Well, what all the young people don't understand
That's right.
is that phones used to, be made to last more than 1 year.
totally
Yeah.
wasn't the LG Octane. Not sponsored.
Well, yeah, Wesley, that's because the old phones back in the day couldn't be taken off the wall.
You
It
remember?
didn't really travel that well.
Well, I'm talking even the old cell phones, like the original Nokia brick phone. Those
That's
things,
a meme now. That
those
is a
things
meme.
actually will not break.
That's a meme.
I still have one.
that
It
phone,
still works. How is that possible? You can call 911 on it.
Yeah,
Of course you can.
that phone will survive on full battery for like a decade.
Yeah, like once we're all dead and gone, it'll be cockroaches and Nokia phones.
Yep. like even the phone I have right now that I'm not going to say the name of, you can't actually take the battery out of it. So
Oh, yeah,
like when
with
it dies,
all
it's just game
smartphones
over.
and stuff now. Yeah,
It's game over,
that's
man.
how they do it. But
Game
do you remember?
over, man.
Speaking
Game
of old
over.
phones,
Thank
do you
you.
remember? Do you remember when when everyone wanted a Razor?
Hell yeah, dude! I had a Razor back in the day.
You did?
I was cool for like
Oh
a year of
my
my life in
God.
middle school.
I wanted a
What is
Razor.
a razor?
It's
I
a
wanted
flip,
a Razor
cell
so
phone.
bad.
Oh, I didn't know.
a
that.
Motorola
Look up-
Motorola
look
Razor.
up-
yeah.
Look up a Motorola
Totally not
razor.
sponsored.
Yeah.
Still,
No, not at all.
Not sponsored.
I had a silver one though,
Oh
and I like
no, I wanted like a black or like a red one. You know, like
Nah,
that was
Oh
really
my
cool.
goodness! I saw so many people with
A
these
flat
phones.
flip phone.
Yeah.
Yo, that was like the phone when I
Absolutely.
was in like 5th or 6th grade.
Oh man,
that
that
sounds
looks
about right.
sweet.
Because I'm 3 years older than you.
Yeah, so
2
you
years
were
older
what,
than you?
7th, 8th?
Yeah,
something
7th,
like
8th grade.
Wow,
Yeah, that
man.
was the phone to have
Yeah.
back then.